Oh, sorry. I was just reading a very good book I'll tell you about in a little while. However, welcome to another in my vintage video series. I have a VHS tape from 1989. Now, if you remember the last one in the series, if you haven't seen it, you should. We met Churchill back in 1988. And this is a follow-up, and you can follow Churchill because at that time she was the only Cavalier we had in the house. So let's get started. I'm going to go over here and put this in the slot and we'll watch an old video. So as I roll over to my VHS player, let me, by the magic of YouTube, go back in time to 1989. This is Easter Sunday of 1989. You'll notice Katie still had her big hair. And Churchill knew very, very well how to beg for food. And Katie rewarded her with a piece of asparagus. I made her work for her treats and made her do some tricks.
Churchill, wave bye. Wave.
Well, she wasn't always perfect with her waving, and then occasionally she would just kind of give up and say, I guess all he wants me to do is lie down. But I think she paid more attention to Katie when she asked for a wave.
Wave bye. That's a good girl. Yes, what a good girl.
So now we can fast forward from Easter to sometime during summer. I think this was August of 1989. And a lot of times during the summer, our dogs, of course, need baths. She was very, very good. All we had to do was put her into the soap-watery sink and tell her to lie down. And it took maybe a few minutes, but just watch reluctantly how she settles in.
Good girl.
She's not all. Oh, there she goes.
There, oh, little bubble bath. Look at her. What a good girl. Look at Daddy over here.
Churchill, are you happy about this? I don't think so.
And of course, you must have noticed the other big change since Easter. Katie no longer has big hair.
Bring it in, come on. We have either an oversized frisbee or an undersized dog.
One of Churchill's favorite toys was the frisbee. This one was quite big for her, and when it lies on the deck like that, she has one heck of a time trying to get it into her mouth. So watch this effort, and finally she did it.
Okay, now in the doggy door. Come on, in the doggy door. Let's go. Hey, she did it! Alright. Of course, now you know what we'll do to her. We'll bring it outside.
I was still reading while the video was on. I hope you'll pardon a very brief interruption. We will continue with 1989 in just a moment. But I'm recording this as Thanksgiving is only about a week away. And so I thought, aside from the fact that it's a wonderful time of year to share things with your family and close friends, it's also a time when people start thinking about their shopping for the holidays. If you have any children on your shopping list, may I put in a plug for a book written by my wife Katie and illustrated by my granddaughter Alyssa called Mulligan Man Finds His Purpose. You can get it on Amazon.com. All you have to do is search for that title and you'll find it. It's very reasonably priced. It's written for about a 4th grade reading level, so it's great. I'd say for children ages 7 through 11 or so would be very appropriate. Got great illustrations in it, and it's a story about a Cavalier. And it's a mostly true story. There's a real dog there that was characterized in the illustrations, Mulligan. One other thought. If you have young readers on your shopping list and that would be too advanced for them, a friend of ours has put out a series of books about her Cavalier named Starburst, and these are written for a very basic beginning reading level. The first one is called Read with Starburst. You can find that on Amazon also, very reasonably priced. And there are 2 more in the series that follow Read with Starburst. So, that'll take care of your whole shopping list. So, let's get back to 1989, okay? Back to that videotape. No, this is not a white Christmas. This, believe it or not, was Thanksgiving. This is the only Thanksgiving I ever remember in this area where we had snow. We had about 6 inches of snow. So I thought it was really kind of fun. But we made it through the snow and got to my mother-in-law's house where guess who was looking for food?
Churchill, what is it like being down there and watching everybody? How do you feel when you look up there and see food?
I thought it would be interesting to get the dog's eye point of view so that I could actually feel what Churchill felt. She could see my mother-in-law stirring, I don't know what, because you can't see. And there's Katie fiddling with some other food and tasting it, but still sporting that stylish hairdo that is probably better than the big hair was.
Well, Churchill, I know how you feel. I know just how you feel now. Sure? Poor little doggy. Alright, now Churchill is going to do the world famous nose trick. Ready? Churchill, see this? No. No. Stay.
I'm not sure if this qualifies as animal cruelty, but she was such a good dog. She would wait patiently, staring at the tip of her nose, waiting until we gave her the release and said, okay.
So, chips on it, huh?
Okay. Oh. Well.
After dinner, it was back to our house where Churchill could romp in the snow. You know, dogs do love snow. You could see she kind of made a trail that went from our porch to the right-hand backside of the yard. And then she would go around and she had another trail that was carved out on the left-hand side. Of course, the next holiday to come was Christmas. And she was up early in the morning before we had a chance to open our gifts. And she knew there would be a gift waiting for her. Wait until you see. I guess we kind of spoiled her being our only dog. She got a dog biscuit that would probably be enough for about, a dozen dogs or so. And she had it all to herself. And she was a very good girl. She would just lie there and chew on it and not make a mess. So we had a really nice holiday season with our family and with our Cavalier. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching that. And just to let you know, I found a few other old VHS tapes. This one is from 1990, and this one says 1994. It'll be very interesting to see. 1994, I believe we had another Cavalier named Phantom, so you will eventually get to meet her. So, meanwhile, if you're watching this when it's first released, may you enjoy all the holidays, whatever holidays you celebrate. We're going to have a wonderful Thanksgiving in a few days with our family. So watch for some more vintage videos.